Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out Spacious by developer LuminaCelare. It's a 3D platformer that just got released on Desera, and it's an interesting game, I have to say. I've only spent a couple moments with it just to get acclimated with the recording setup, but needless to say, well, let's just take a look at it. So, welcome to the space between. Use WASD to move and space to jump. So the tutorial moments here, let me just get you acclimated here with what's going on. The character we control, I don't really know what to make of him. He's some sort of little dude with a weird yellow flippy haircut and no arms or legs, but little block feet and a circle under him, which I guess is his shadow. I don't know if those are block feet or really what's going on there. Anyway, it's pretty strange. I'm told that this is a game about bad parenthood, bad parenting, and dying a lot. I don't really know what that means, but we're going to check it out. Getting through this tutorial is already going to be difficult, because I have to say the controls, pretty tough. Alright, so we've got, and I should say this is a considered to be tough game. The developer intended it to be tough, but I'm not sure if it's for the right reasons, but let's see. So hold shift to run, which makes us run substantially faster, as you can tell. Alright, so then we're going to jump this gap, and then we learn we can press F for great precise landings. It makes us ground pound. And then we've got this wall jump ability as well. So keeping in mind again, this is controlled in a 3D plane. I can actually move in and out. These blocks are not holding me to anything. And I'm just using WASD and spacebar and F and shift. Which is a lot for one hand to manage, but maybe I'll get the hang of it better, I don't know. So there is actually stuff going on in the foreground and background, although I'm not sure we can actually get to that one. That purple block back there. Great music, by the way. I'm enjoying the music a lot. And the developer has taken a very tongue-in-cheek approach to this. I have a feeling that any shortcomings or perceived shortcomings are really actually intentional. The developer said that this has, like, intentionally old-looking graphics, which, you know, whatever. Graphics are really not a big deal here. Just sort of struck me off guard that the controls were kind of off-putting at first. Tantalizing platform back there is a bonus platform. Those are optional. Each one is also a checkpoint. They're also the hardest parts. When isn't reachable, don't try. Alright, and it also told us we can suicide ourselves by pressing a button, which I now don't know what it was, but I don't really care. Oh, okay, the white thing is our shadow for when we're falling. That makes sense. So mouse up and down. We'll zoom in and out, and then rotate the camera with Q and E. And it does seem to snap to incremental degrees as we're going around. I don't know why that word just didn't come to me for a moment. Alright, so the platform back there is a goal platform. Landing on it completes the level and opens the next one. That one isn't reachable. Light bits are why we're here, collect them all. Alright, so it's the thing from Sims that lets you know that we're focusing on a character. Let's grab that. Oh my god, we turned the lights out. It's crazy business. Press escape to pause and bring up the menu. We're done here. Choose back to the hub. Well, that's kind of lame that it didn't just put a goal here to take us there. Anyway, also worth mentioning, you gotta use WASD to control this menu. That's kind of weird. If you have a menu like this, it's probably going to be expected that the arrow keys do that, but not in this case. And those are our options: BGM, SFX, that's it. There are no like resolution options or difficulty or anything like that. So let's go back to the hub. And you also can't, I don't believe you can click on the menu either. You gotta use enter, which is really strange considering you already had your hand on the mouse. Alright, so W, shift, control, I, happy face, space, hold, K. Whatevs. I don't know what you're really going for there. See if there's anything up with this ball in the center. No, not quite. So you've got a pile of straw, it looks like, or maybe packing material, I don't know. Use the overhead? No, I don't want to use the overhead. It's like 3/4 view seems good. And a checkpoint? Alright. Oh no, not a checkpoint, this is a level. So, I guess we're starting it out here. The one thing I want to liken this to, and I already had this from like a screenshot, I didn't really come up with this on the fly, but... Oh, there's story?
Where's the damn sun in this world? I hear some crazy sounds, kind of like, you know, birds, but also like more than birds.
Interesting. So the thing that I would probably compare this the most to is those challenge levels, like the boss levels in Super Mario 64. And they also had some similar ones in Mario Sunshine as well. Oh boy, the music's getting elaborate now. Got some synthy guitar or something. Alright, let's see if we can make it through at least one level in this. I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit more accustomed to the controls. So we're gonna look at these like coins or something.
Found what seems like a crystallized ray of light. I rushed to it like a child to its mother, but that may have been a mistake. I felt a surge of warmth throughout my entire being as the crystal ruptured, filling me with its spilt contents. I can feel the ray glowing inside of me.
Oh boy. Whoops. Oh wow, I lived.
I slipped off one of the hunks of matter. For one brief moment, lives I've never lived slammed my eyes, layered on top of one another in a giant mess of memory and color, and before I knew it, I was back here. The memory and color were gone. Everything else is here. What the hell is happening?
Exactly. So apparently the main character and I share a few observations when it comes to this. Oh boy, I'm not gonna make it out of that one alive. Makes a goofy sound when I fall too. What it? Oh, I didn't even get a chance there. These things seem to be timed like just enough to mess with me. Alright, actually maybe that's where I wanted to be in the first place, because I already got that. I'm glad that we're not adding another element yet. I was told that each level is going to contain a new element. And honestly, it's maybe complicated enough as it is, but, you know, also, it's supposed to be super hard, so I guess you gotta get used to that. Well, we did this already. I just wanted to get all the stuff, but maybe I should just go. Ah! Jumping into the foreground is not as easy as it might look. That's why we'll just use that? Okay. So the levels do get more and more elaborate from the trailer I've seen. Am I supposed to jump off at some point here, or what are we doing? I can't even tell where depth is. There's so little to... Okay, yeah, I should probably just turn the camera around, huh? There's very little to judge where you are in terms of space, three-dimensionality. I could just jump down at any point. Oh, geez. And I can't decide if I'm interested or what with those backgrounds. Like, they seem kind of cool. But they also look a little bit like clip art. And maybe that's a thing with this game. Oh god. It's hard enough just walking in a straight line in this, let alone trying to navigate these insane platform puzzles. Turn that way? Alright, we can walk a little bit at a time, maybe. Jump. Alright. So I guess each world or each level is like an open style playground or something like that. I'm not really sure what the best way to describe it is, but it definitely seems like there's a bit of exploration involved, because I feel like I could easily pass up a bunch of this stuff. And thankfully there doesn't seem to be any penalty for falling, otherwise we would have done quite a bit of being penalized at this point. I can't really hit that platform, I don't know. I should probably catch it when it floats by. I actually used the fast drop that time, and it really didn't do much for me. And since everything is parallaxing, it's really hard to tell what's moving. Oh, come on. Just... Oh, I can't get to it in time. Alright, you know what I mean? So, like, as this thing is coming in one direction versus the other, since you have no ground, it's hard to tell if things are just stuck in the air or if they're actually moving actively. And usually they're moving. So I gotta make sure I catch these when they come backward. And now I've forgotten which side backward is. I guess it's that side. Alright, yeah, because I guess that one was moving in and out a little bit. And in case you forgot, you can't rotate the camera in... apparently I just fell off there for no reason. You can't rotate the camera by using just the mouse to go in a circle like you might expect. You actually have to use Q and E. Which is not impossible to do, but it's also a bit unintuitive. At least there's plenty of checkpoints, it seems. So you make little bits of progress, one step at a time. There it is. Neither was that... Oh, come on now. So I hate to do it, but this might end up being a pretty short episode just because I'm not sure how much there is to say. I've seen the further on levels in this one. It seems like it gets pretty complicated, and I'm having so much difficulty just controlling it now and just handling the viewpoints and everything. Like, I'm not sure how much I really want to go on and see what else there is to see. I hate to do it. But, you know, if you can't really control the character really well, the challenge is not the same. You know, you're challenging the player for some of the reasons that maybe I wouldn't want. And I don't mean to really compare these two because they're not really in the same vein in too many respects, but I have to say, when I look for a really well-done platformer, Super Meat Boy is always my go-to game. And that one just had really, really close to perfect controls, and the whole layout of the game was really well done. In this case, I feel like I'm struggling just to make a single jump. Alright, and I've got that light, that's great. I guess I can look around a little bit, so there's another one up there, another one up there. So I should probably be trying to figure out how to get over to them. That seems almost like an insurmountable task at this point. I don't even know how to get out of this situation I'm stuck in right now. So I gotta jump on that, which is gonna take a lot of effort. So, I mean, I totally get where the developer's coming from for this one. It seems like the concept is sound, but the execution, definitely not quite there for me yet. I really need some tight controls, ability to navigate these situations on terms that make a little bit more sense. I mean, at least for me. I mean, if the developer can do this really successfully, maybe it's just that I need to spend more time with it. But the barrier to entry seems like it's a little bit off. Like, I would really want there to be a much slower ramp up in difficulty if we're going to expect such feats. I mean, I can't make simple jumps. And again, I don't mean to assert that just because I can't do something that no one else can. I mean, clearly I've made a point of showing you guys I'm not the best at games in general, always. I mean, sometimes I do better than other times, but this seems like the odds are really stacked against the player going from the beginning, even. Even the tutorial level, when I was just testing out how everything works, it seems like I was having a lot of trouble with that too. Just clearing one of the first sets of gaps, like, I wasn't able to judge the amount of momentum properly that I needed. I mean, I guess I could be using this overhead view to, you know, slightly make things a little easier. Oh man, this goes by so fast. That's where I started. Come on, man. Get back here. I don't know why I jumped off at that point. Oh, the platform comes over to me. I didn't even... Whatever. I'll catch this on this move. No, I won't. Oh, it's very frustrating. Okay, I guess we're gonna wrap this one up, unfortunately. It's gonna be a very short episode. I wanted to show off more of this game, but I just don't think I'm capable. I don't think I'm good enough at it. And maybe you guys are, and if this looks like something you want to challenge yourself with, I will be providing all the links required in the description, as I always do. As I said earlier, this has just come out on Desera, so you can feel free to give it a try yourself. I think it's coming out at $5, which is not terribly expensive. And it seems like you're getting quite a bit of game out of it. I mean, there's like, I think it's at 8 levels. And the levels seem fairly expansive. You just have to be able to get past the aesthetic and the control difficulty and the ramping up of, well, not really ramping up of difficulty, it just starts out difficult. And constantly dying. I mean, there's even this little... there's a period of time when you fall that you have to wait And I know that's a really stupid thing to be upset about, but when you fall as much as I've been falling, you want every possible opportunity to get back into the game instantly. And those little couple millisecond breaks, well, maybe they could even be patched, I don't know. But they make a difference. If it was just as soon as you fall, you're immediately back in the game, then I might be more willing to try to, you know, push through this a little bit more. I also am a little bit intrigued by the whole story element of it, because it seems kind of like, at first I was thinking there wasn't going to be any story. I figured this is just about whatever you make out of it. Kind of an abstract platformer with a few silly elements to it. But no, apparently there's actually something going on. So I'm interested in knowing about that, but I don't know if I can overcome this simple jump, so... sorry guys. I've let you down. But that's been Spacious. Hopefully you enjoyed this brief look at it. As I said again, if this is your cup of tea, give it a download. Let the developer know what you think. Same goes for the comments. I'm curious to know your opinions on this one, as I always am. Maybe I am missing something. I mean, I know I should be using this F key much better. That is an important factor that I've kind of dismissed for most of this video. Maybe if I got really good at this F key, I could nail some of these jumps that are giving me trouble. Oh, see, I overshot it already on that one. I think you can actually... Can you air jump as soon as you fall? I gotta test something real quick, hang on. You can. Okay, so if you don't waste your jump by jumping off the platform, you can actually walk off the platform and then jump. And so that combined with the F key to, like, hip drop your platforms, I think that might make a pretty big difference. I gotta just beat this one jump, come on now. I mean, I could have simply just waited and walked across it, and I don't want to come across that pathetic. You can do this. Yeah, I didn't even need to jump at all. I'm ridiculous. Go straight. Alright. Oh, man. I think I got the hang of this, but this is going to take a while. I think the title screen said there was like 100 and something lights you had to find. Oh no! For the entire game to be completed. Oh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. This would be an interesting Let's Play, I have to say, but I don't think I'm capable. Anyway, enough beating up the game. That has been Spacious. Tricky to recommend, but at the same time, I definitely agree that the developer's heart is in the right place, and it's making me choke on my tongue for some apparent reason. So I do recognize the potential here. I think this sort of feels to me like an early alpha version of the game that I hope it could eventually be. You know, some work on the textures, some work on the controls, fine-tuning everything. And maybe it could be a bit more approachable, but as it stands, it's definitely going to be for, you know, a hardcore crowd. If there's one that wants to play this, I don't know. It's tough to say. I feel like there's so many other action platformers that do this so much more successfully that it's tough to recommend. But at the same time, I also agree that there is a contingent of people who will play a lot of things that might be over my head. And if that's the case, maybe Spacious is for you, and maybe you should give it a try. I don't know why I keep falling off that platform. So that is going to do it for this episode. As always, remember to head on over to the website, which is www.indie-impressions.com. Check out all the videos, old and new, sort them by distribution method. You can check out the free games specifically, the Greenlight games, the Steam games, the Deseret games, so on and so forth. And remember to check out our forums as well. Maybe meet a couple cool people in the process. You never know what's going to happen. And then, of course, when you're done with the website, facebook.com/indieimpressions. If you'd like to give that a try, just leave a like there, and you'll get every day's new video delivered right into your Facebook feed. Makes it nice and convenient. Then you don't have to look for them. And I also do the occasional contest or news update right on that channel as well. And lastly, if you're an indie developer or you have a comment, question, suggestion, or criticism, and you don't want to leave a YouTube comment, quickest way to reach me is at RockLeeSmile on Twitter. I also do have a contact form, though, right on the website. And, of course, I accept any kind of PMs via Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, whatever you got, I'm cool with. I think we're going to make it to this last one. I don't know why, but I always jumped the gun at the end. Yeah, I did it. I'm proud. I'm a big man. Alright. So that has been Spacious. Download links are going to be right in the description. Give it a shot if you think this is cool for you. And I will leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you come back again tomorrow for another awesome indie game, and I wish you a lovely night. Talk to you later.